Many say that Harry Kane is a title repellent, but imagine the following situation. In the same season you lose a Bundesliga, a German Cup, a Champions League final, and a World Cup final. In addition to having also lost another Champions League final after that, and also a Euro Cup final. Simply Michael Ballack, the greatest runner-up in the history of football. My name is Ballack, and let's go to another video. Michael Ballack was born on September 26, 1976, in the city of Görlitz, located in the former East Germany. His childhood was marked by a peculiar political and social context, since the country lived under a socialist regime. This environment shaped his discipline and resilience, characteristics that he would carry throughout his career. As a young man, Ballack stood out for his skill with the ball and his vision of the game, catching the attention of local coaches. He began his footballing journey in the youth ranks of SC Motor Karl-Marx-Stadt, a club that would later be renamed Chemnitzer FC after German reunification. At Chemnitzer FC, Ballack quickly demonstrated his technical talent and leadership skills, despite his youth. His consistent performances and determination put him on the radar of bigger clubs, paving the way for one of the most iconic careers in world football. Michael Ballack made his professional debut with Chemnitzer FC, but it was at Kaiserslautern that he really started to make a name for himself. Signed in 1997, Ballack was part of a historic feat in his first season. Kaiserslautern became the first newly promoted team from the second division to win the Bundesliga in the 1997-98 season. Although still young and playing a minor role in the squad, this experience was crucial in shaping his winning mentality. After 2 seasons at Kaiserslautern, Ballack took a major step forward in his career when he signed for Bayer Leverkusen in 1999. It was at Leverkusen that he established himself as one of the best midfielders in Germany. The 2001-2002 season was particularly memorable, but also painful. Ballack's team finished runners-up in 3 major competitions. Bundesliga, they lost the title on the final day. German Cup, they lost in the final to Schalke 04. UEFA Champions League, they lost to Real Madrid with Zidane's iconic volley. Despite the disappointments, Ballack shone individually, being the driving force behind the team and scoring key goals. His performances that season earned him international recognition and the title of Best German Player of 2002. However, the accumulation of runners-up finishes began to build Ballack's reputation as the eternal runner-up, a label that would follow him throughout his career. Nevertheless, his unquestionable talent put him on the radar of Europe's biggest clubs, paving the way for the next chapters in his career. In 2002, after his brilliant performances at Bayer Leverkusen and at the World Cup that year, Michael Ballack was signed by Bayern Munich, Germany's biggest club. The transfer marked a turning point in his career, cementing him as one of the leading stars of German football. Trophies won. During his 4 seasons at Bayern, Ballack was a key player in midfield and helped the club win several titles. Bundesliga, 2002-2003, 2004-2005, and 2005-2006. German Cup, 2002-2003, 2004-2005, and 2005-2006. German League Cup, 2004. He stood out for his ability to control the game, his physical presence in midfield, and his eye for goals, especially in decisive moments. Importance as a leader. Ballack quickly assumed a leadership role at Bayern, both on and off the pitch. His technical ability, vision of the game, and mental strength made him a reference for the team. He was the player who took responsibility in important games, whether by making passes or scoring goals. Criticism and controversy. Despite his domestic success, Ballack faced criticism for his performance in European competitions. During his time at Bayern, the club failed to achieve the same level of success in the UEFA Champions League, being eliminated in the decisive stages. This lack of achievement on the international stage raised questions about his ability to lead the team on the biggest stages. In addition, Ballack was criticized by the press and some fans for not having a style of play that was considered spectacular. His methodical approach and tactical efficiency were not always to everyone's taste, but his importance to Bayern was undeniable. When his contract expired in 2006, Ballack decided not to renew his contract with Bayern, opting instead for a new adventure in the Premier League, where he would play for Chelsea. His departure was controversial, with fans and directors criticizing his decision, but it marked the beginning of a new phase in his career. After leaving Bayern Munich, Michael Ballack signed for Chelsea in 2006, a move that marked his entry into English football. He arrived as one of the star players in the team, which had already established itself as a Premier League powerhouse under Jose Mourinho. Adapting to English football, Ballack found the Premier League to be a competitive and physical environment, but his experience and versatility helped him adapt quickly. Playing in midfield alongside the likes of Frank Lampard, he formed one of the most feared partnerships of the era, combining strength, tactical nous, and finishing ability. Despite some initial criticism about his consistency, Ballack proved his worth, especially in big games, being a reliable player in both defense and attack. Chelsea achievements. During his 4 years at the club, Ballack contributed to several successes. Premier League, 2009-10, under Carlo Ancelotti. FA Cups, 2006-07, 2008-09, 2009-10. English League Cup, 2006-07. Community Shield, 2009. He was also runner-up in the 2007-08 UEFA Champions League, when Chelsea lost to Manchester United on penalties. Ballack was one of the standout performers in that campaign, but the defeat was yet another of his painful experiences in international finals. Relationships with other great players and managers. At Chelsea, Ballack played alongside legends such as Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, John Terry and Petr Cech, forming a squad that combined talent and physical strength. He had a relationship of mutual respect with Lampard, although there was some debate in the media about how the two fit together in the same team due to their similar characteristics. Under Jose Mourinho, Ballack learned to adapt to a more pragmatic style of play, while Carlo Ancelotti introduced a more attacking style that benefited his performance. His leadership and experience were often praised by coaches, and he was considered an important figure in the dressing room. Legacy at Chelsea. Ballack left Chelsea in 2010, after winning the Premier League and FA Cup in the same season, completing the English double. His time at the club cemented his reputation as an elite player, known for his class, tactical intelligence, and determination on the pitch. Although he did not win the Champions League, Ballack is remembered as one of the pillars of one of the most successful eras in Chelsea's history. Michael Ballack was one of the most iconic players for the German national team during the early 2000s, known for his leadership, technical ability, and influence in decisive moments. His career with Germany was marked by as many achievements and memorable moments as it was by controversy and disappointments. Early years in the national team. Ballack made his senior international debut on April 28, 1999, in a friendly against Scotland. Initially seen as a promising player, he established himself as a key player in the German midfield over the years. His vision, goal-scoring ability, and physical presence quickly established him as one of the team's leaders. Important moments. 2002 World Cup, leading the way to the final. The 2002 World Cup was the moment when Ballack established himself as the heart of the German national team. He played a crucial role in Germany's run to the final. Decisive goals. He scored in the quarterfinals against the USA and the semi-final against South Korea, playing a key role in the team's progress. Sacrifice for the team. In the semi-finals, Ballack received a yellow card that suspended him from the final, but he still scored the winning goal, showing his commitment to the team. In the final against Brazil, Germany were defeated 2-0, but Ballack's performances throughout the tournament solidified his reputation as one of the best midfielders in the world. Euro 2008, captain and runner-up. At Euro 2008, Ballack was the captain of the national team and the undisputed leader of a team in transition. He was instrumental in leading Germany to the final, scoring important goals, including a spectacular free kick against Austria in the group stage. In the final, Germany lost 1-0 to Spain, who were beginning their era of dominance in world football. Despite the defeat, Ballack was praised for his leadership and performance throughout the tournament. Controversies and injuries. Frequent injuries. Throughout his international career, Ballack suffered from injuries that kept him out of some important games, especially towards the end of his career. 2010 World Cup. An ankle injury, sustained in a tackle by Kevin Prince Boateng during the 2010 FA Cup final, ruled him out of the World Cup in South Africa. It marked the end of his era as the national team's leader. Conflicts with Joachim Low and the new generation. After the 2010 World Cup, Ballack was not reinstated to the squad, as Low was focused on renewing the team with younger players, such as Mesut Ozil and Thomas Muller. This led to public tensions between the player and the coach. Retirement from the national team, 2010. On June 16, 2011, Ballack officially announced his retirement from the national team, ending his career with 98 games and 42 goals. Despite the controversies at the end of his international career, he is remembered as one of the greatest players in Germany's history, being the bridge between the generation that struggled to recover after the 1990s and the new generation that would conquer the world in 2014. After leaving Chelsea in 2010, Michael Ballack returned to Bayer Leverkusen, the club where he had shone at the beginning of his career. Despite expectations that he would lead the team again, his second spell at Leverkusen was marred by injuries and a decline in fitness. Nevertheless, Ballack continued to contribute his experience, helping the team finish as Bundesliga runners-up in the 2010-11 season. However, he failed to win any silverware in his second spell at the club. Decision to retire. On October 2, 2012, at the age of 36, Ballack officially announced his retirement from football. He ended a career spanning more than 17 years, being recognized as one of the greatest players of his generation, despite not winning any international titles. Post-career, activities as a sports commentator. After hanging up his boots, Ballack dedicated himself to a new career as a sports commentator. He went on to work for major television networks such as ESPN and German channels, where he shares his tactical insights and in-depth football analysis. His experience as an elite player has earned him credibility and respect in this new role. Personal life and tragedies. Michael Ballack's personal life suffered a major blow in 2021 when his 18-year-old son, Emilio, tragically passed away in a quad bike accident in Portugal. The incident deeply affected Ballack and his family, marking one of the most difficult moments of his life. Legacy. Michael Ballack is remembered not only as an exceptional footballer, but also as a symbol of leadership and dedication. His post-football career reflects his passion for the sport and his desire to continue contributing to the game that made him famous.